viewers, thank you so much for watching my stream. Before you jump into this red hot action, let's review the rules. Don't be a dick. This should go without saying, but better safe than sorry. Chat with me. You know that I can talk at my computer for hours, but it's more fun when my computer talks back. And let's have a good time. I don't mind getting sweaty, but we can have fun while we do it. Use the chat command deck for a link to the list I'm playing here. It's also in the video description. Some of these decks are sick, and you might want to play them in real life. In that case, let me refer you to Hemel from the Bazaar. It's never been more affordable to play in the Flesh and Blood. Players have been buying the cards they need from Hemel for years. I started buying from him in 2023 and have never found a better deal. The Bazaar's prices are the lowest for singles, full sets, and class sets, including new releases. Super Slam singles and more are available now and ship both domestically and internationally. Use the command Hemel for contact info, then reach out to see what he can do for you. Now settle in and get cozy because the stream begins now.
Happy Friday, everybody. Yeah, thank you for coming back. Thank you for joining me. We are here. We are playing Flesh and Blood. It's a great day to do so. We are still fresh off the heels of World's Championship Philadelphia. This is not the World's KO list. It probably should be, honestly, at this point. This is my variation of Noah Bagelman's AGE KO list. Still just trying out some of what he was doing, putting my own spin on it. Just trying to figure out not how to make KO better necessarily, but how to make KO better. We're trying a few different things here. As far as equipment, I'm going to go with the aggressive build, meaning that we're playing beaten trackers. Eventually I will come up with a sideboard guide for this list. Well, eventually I'll just incorporate it into what I'm doing with my own personal list. We lost the die roll to Kasai, choosing to go second. I'll just be aggressively blocking here. The question is, do I want to sit on my Savage Feast? I think the answer is yes. Probably want to hold on to it for as long as I can. We've got a Blade Runner coming down. We're just going to put 6 more points of block in front of the next Saber. Kasai could give us a second strike, I guess. I don't know. Hope everyone had a good week. I was off work all this week after World, so I was just chilling. Yeah, totally fine. Just catching up on some of what I missed, doing some live streaming, refused to recognize European KO supremacy. I do need to look at Florin's list at some point. I know this. I have been blissfully detached from everything that happened in Flesh and Blood over the last week. I, at some point, need to reach out to Philip on Fabry and just ask why Fabry isn't posting the tournament winning and top 8 lists anymore. They have that tournament tab, and I really liked it. It was always very helpful, so I could just go and check. The Fab site is a little difficult to navigate at times. Hey, this hand doesn't do anything. I mean, this hand is potentially very good, but I really want this hand to be able to block with Energetic Impact and then do, like, Wild Ride Claw. What is happening to me? Does 8 go again into 4? On hit, you make coppers. Which means I'm supposed to let this one hit and then put armor in front of the next one? Okay. The Fabry lists were always really good. They were really well organized. I don't have to go to the Fab site, which is difficult to navigate at times. Oh, it's 5. Okay. Well, that's why we have the armor. And at times difficult to read. Fabry has everything really nicely linked. I'm a big Fabry fan. I do not need to break beaten trackers. Hey, Discreet Gaming. You did. You made it. You made it right at the start, too. We're here for 2 hours. Streamer puts beloved community developer Fabry on blast. Well, he was doing it, and I don't know why he isn't. Like, don't get me wrong, Fabry is great. I was one of the first members of Fabry. I'm in the 99.97% of Fabry, the top percentile. There are only 0.3% of Fabry users who were using it earlier than I was. I love Fabry. It's just a feature that, was really good, and then it disappeared. And I don't remember there being any sort of announcement about it. Yet Discreet, I had a few people come up to me in Philly saying like, hey, why aren't you doing Kayo still? What happened to Kayo? We're going to give Kasai a draw trigger here with Balance of Justice, which I kind of can't help doing. Hello from Chicago. Decided to help appease your ego while I'm in a relative time zone. I appreciate you, Ian. You're a good one. Yeah, a few people came up to me in Philly and said, hey, why did you stop doing KO? We want you to do more KO. I'm like, okay, I can do more KO. I enjoy playing KO. This seems like the hand where I am going to Savage Feast. Again, we're just giving Kasai the balance triggers, and I don't know that that's necessarily good. I can kind of get around it. Yes, I do want the action point. Okay, now we don't need to give Kasai the balance trigger. We're just going to do Mandible Claw, close. No, Mandible Claw, Vigorous Smash Up. Bring back daily Fi gameplay. Honestly, I might. I am talking with Ellie about doing a video together after her incredible X1 Fi run through Worlds. Hi, Caldwell. Cannot stop that, just push damage. Yeah, I can stop the second one because I have armor. But yeah, I'm not going to like overcommit to stopping the first Kasai trigger. Yep, she's going for it. What does this hand do? This hand can do pitch. This is a weird one. This hand is like, I'm probably cashing in Fleshbag here. I can Arsenal the Reckless Swing potentially. I am probably trying to block with Fearless Confrontation. I don't have a line, unless I want to pitch the Reckless Swing, which I don't think I do. I don't really have a, how do you like this KO list versus the top 8 worlds list? I honestly haven't looked at the top 8 worlds list. We're going to Fleshbag here. I'm sure Kasai is playing around it. It's just going to be Centauri Saber follow-up with whatever this is in Arsenal to support it. This hand is just kind of awkward, where I can pitch the Reckless Swing to Mandible Claw, discard Fearless Confrontation to give it go again, and then I guess Reckless Stampede is the best way for me to navigate this. I can also try to use the fact that I'm up 22 points, which I, won't be. Yeah, and there's the Blade Flurry, so Kasai gets around it. Makes the gold, but there's no copper tied to this. We're just going to take 7 here. Much as I want to Arsenal this Reckless Swing, I think it is just worth more for me to send the Claw, give it go again, and then Reckless Stampede, assuming that Kasai is playing a normal Kasai list that doesn't play any attack actions. The Reckless Stampede will just say, take a bunch of damage. But yeah, we might not get there. Importantly, I'm not giving Kasai her balance trigger. Still have a second Reckless Swing somewhere in the deck. Yeah, Discreet, I will be looking through the Worlds list at some point. I want to check out Florin's list. I know Cody Williams had a really good run on KO, and I want to see What, Runaways cooked up? I have a Bear Fangs on top. I think I want to bottom the Bear Fangs. Just in general, I'd rather have blues. Or like Blood Rush that I haven't found yet. Oh, this hand is a hand of cards. JK, I want that Bear Fangs back. Rip Gauntlet Valley. Did I miss Gauntlet Valley? Oh, I did. Yes, I did miss the Gauntlet Value. If I lose by 1, then we know I'm bad. Hi, Summer. You're so right. I absolutely missed by Gauntlet Value. Might have been better to pitch Beast first to get the 6 into pitch. Yes, that would have been the way to do it. This hand sends Show of Strength for 9. Which means I think I'm taking the first Saber. Cool, we get there. And then I'm going to block the second Saber for 6. And let Kasai, I don't know, IP the second swing or whatever. Sorry, I've been so brute-pilled the last 2 weeks. No, I appreciate the feedback. Like, I always want to know when I screwed something up. That is why I make this public. Wow, I sure do love value pile decks. This is so fun. We're having such enjoyable gameplay. I did a Fab 2025 year in review with Flesh and Bad and All In Together. Where are my Beast Withins? They're in the deck, right? I did a Flesh and Bad year in review with All In Together and Flesh and Bad. I won't give you all of it. Spoilers. We talked about our least favorite cards of the year, our least favorite card. And I had forgotten that my actual least favorite card this year is Shelter from the Storm. Not because Shelter from the Storm... What did you pick? Buff Weapon, Go Again. So this is 3 Go Again. What does my hand do? My hand does Mandible Claw, discard Mighty Wind Up, Reckless Stampede. All right. So I'm just not blocking anything. I cannot block with Vigorous Smash Up and still have a turn. So my least favorite card of the year is Shelter from the Storm. Not because Shelter is inherently too powerful, but because of what Shelter did, what it means, which is that they won't ban Fate and Sync, which is what I wanted them to do. December 15th coming up. Do you think BNR will touch on any heroes? And if so, what are your thoughts? God, I sure hope it does. I sure hope it touches on some heroes because, like, we talk about it a lot. Like, is the meta inherently unbalanced, or is it a problem that the top decks are the top decks? And really the answer is no. Like, it's fine. The real problem with this meta is that it's boring. It's just stale. Like, we've been playing with the same top decks forever. For 6 months. Verdance and Gravy have been top decks for 6 months. And all we did this post the recent BNR that banned bonds was trade Slippy for Syndra. It's like, it's just, yeah, exactly, Ian. It's just stale. It is a boring meta. Yeah, Gauntlet's so good. Yeah, if our opponent's at 4 here, it is much more difficult for them to block this. I mean, it's already kind of difficult for them to block this. They can't just put armor in front. They have to give us a real card. Oh, because they have a D-React. They're going to D-React this. So we're going to get another trigger. And that's when I'll bottom the Wild Ride. All right, now we bottom you. Dream PQs got hit by Levi with Tear Limb into Reckless Stampede. Was like, huh, that's pretty good. I have done the Tear Limb into Reckless Stampede, and it is a solid line. It is very fun to do that. Yeah, my thoughts. I want to make a video before December 15th talking about what I think they should ban. Like, what are the actual bans? Because I do my BNR rants of like, see, if they were at 2 here, then we could kill them with Reckless Swing. I do my list of like, here's what they should ban, and here's, oh my god, it is in the deck. And we drew 2 non-blocks, and now we're going to die. I'm not going to block the first one. I'm going to block the second one. What does this thing do? So we like die, right? It's 3 go again into 2. And my line is just going to be Reckless Stampede. So we block here. Do you have a KO Blitz deck somewhere? You could not pay me enough to play Blitz. So no, I don't have a KO Blitz list anywhere. This is just 3. There is no way to make this bigger. It doesn't have go again. Kasai doesn't have any, like, here's random damage in my deck. So I am going to go to 1. I guess, no, we should give him a sorry. Oh, they forgot to attack me again. I'm just going to undo a lot so that they know that they have priority and need to attack me. Block with the Blood Rush. No, I have not played Blitz in some time. I'm going to block this with the Savage Sash. I don't think I have. I have 1 Beast Within left in my deck. It's towards the bottom. We pitched it early, so I'm not expecting to see it. But, like, I don't know. There's a world where I Reckless Stampede here. And Kasai has, like, a random CNC in her deck. But I think this Reckless Stampede is going to get us there. Yeah, so I was saying I want to make my BNR list of like, here's what I think they actually should ban. The question that I will address is, do you want to like try to balance the heroes? We're going to leave that on top. Do you want to actually balance the heroes, or do you want to like nuke them from orbit? Because I think you could ban the legendaries and Compass and like reduce Verdant Cinder Gravy's win rate by, is it a rematch invitation? Where is it? Where did it go? I would probably keep Sashright and break it to Arsenal Bearfangs. I didn't think it would matter, is why I blocked with the Sash, because you're right. We could have Sashed, we could have Arsenaled, maybe, probably Wild Ride. Just like if we take Kasai's hand, then we can for sure get a real turn. Go second against Marionette. This is an aggro mirror. Board in those. Board in Savage Feasts. These ones. I guess Ataya? Ataya into Marionette feels like it's probably wrong, but I'm going to do it. If I didn't play Savage Feast and did play Leathers, I would instead put in Pulpings. That doesn't feel good. This seems fine. So I think you could nuke them all from orbit and do like ban Flick Knives, ban Storm Striders, ban Compass. And that would reduce all of their win rates by like 10% minimum, possibly more. Which, like, you know, you could do. I don't think they should do it, but they could do that. I think you need to kill Striders ASAP because a wizard with 40 life shouldn't have them. I could see, I mean, if they wanted to do their first hero-specific bans, they could ban Striders in Verdance. I don't think they will do that. You're attacking me with second Clave? I guess I'm going to block this one with Buckwild. And And like, if you have the reaction, you have it. I'd rather save the blue and the 3 block. Yeah, there's the T-Tox. That's fine. We were going to take damage from this anyway. We were always going to get marked by the dagger. It's just we would have taken 1 less point of damage if I had blocked with a run roughshod. But I took a chance. Arachne red back. This is the Arsenal. Oh, this is the go again one. Okay, well, we're not going to have an Arsenal anyway. But I don't think that banning legendaries is really the right decision for them. Like, yeah, Striders on a 40 health wizard is probably an issue. They could ban flick knives. I know some of the marionette players are really excited about rage baiters after the armory deck comes out. I think Slippy like really gets hit by a flick knives ban, but Slippy's already unplayable, so does that change anything? And the banning Compass and Gravy probably doesn't kill the deck. It just makes it like very specific. You can play it in a slow meta, and you need to significantly revamp the deck to play it in a fast meta. But I don't think that is the decision they should go. The true change for Syndra is there should be some change so Flick Knives does not keep Mask active. That would straight up errata though. I could see them doing that, and like it just changes the deck where I think now you're playing Blue Line Syndra as like the good option, which is still a fine deck, it's just worse. I think you need to ban from Syndra. You bring down Gravy and Verdance Victor is playable. That's true. If they wanted to ban from Syndra, I think they have a few. Had this, I guess it was good that Arachne went red back because their hand is like terrible for offense. I think the way that you could do Syndra, you could take her down a few like points if you just, oh, this hand doesn't work. Do this. Please block Arachne. Up sticks. Okay. You could touch Syndra. I think the best way to like bring her down would be, you have the D-Rex? Okay. Would be Brand with Syndra. Would actually be Throw Dagger. I think Throw Dagger is the card that you could take from Syndra that doesn't really affect many other heroes, and that like just brings her down a few points. She's not so worse off than she would be, than she currently is. You could also ban Brand with Cinderclaw. Flick Flick, is this what you doing? You got Orb Weaver over there. You could ban Brand with Cinderclaw, which also takes her down a lot. The problem with banning Brand, surely you did this wrong. Or maybe this is just really unfortunate timing for you. Do I have a way out? I wish one of these was a 6. Because I kind of want to put armor in front of this to stop the draw. Like I could just do, we're not, do I need to play around T-Tox here? God, this is a good, I could give Flesh Bag, but I'm not going to touch the Arsenal, so I'm less excited. What if I just took all this damage? Block with Flesh Bag, block with Trackers, block, swing big for 8 Arsenal Wild Ride. This is probably a fine way to deal with the draw trigger. Anyway, so you could ban Throw Dagger. You could ban Brand with Cinderclaw. I think you'd have to ban it in all colors. You could not just ban the reds because Syndra would play the yellows. Yasker's deck was already playing 1 yellow in the sideboard. Oh no, it's the good one. Was already playing 1 yellow in the sideboard. Peter Budensick's list is playing 1 in the sideboard. They would just go to 3 in the main board. I think there were, I forget which event it was, but like top 8 players were playing 3 red brands in the main, 3 yellow brands in the main. That doesn't really affect her that much. The problem, you could leave the blue ones for Fi. The problem is that Fi is playing 9 brands, or at least Ellie's list was. So if you ban brand with Cinderclaw, then Fi just takes a huge hit. Namu Amulet doesn't really have a reason to exist, to be honest. True. Well, if I was going to ban a new card that shouldn't exist, hey, we found this card. It does exist in our deck. So I'm just taking all of this damage now. And this is going to be, oh god. Sick. I sure do love variants. Deal. Nice Black Widow, bro. Yeah, we're not taking... I'll take some damage here, like, for sure. Arachne can discard. Get the hit trigger over. Okay. Like, stuff is going to happen, but there's no way for me to have... Oh my god. Alright. Deal. Yeah, this was an insane turn for Arachne. And, like, flipping into Black Widow was obviously very good. But even if they didn't flip into Black Widow, they would have just Mask of Deceit into it. So, it was very good turn for Marionette. Like, thankfully our hand blocked, so we just say, okay, well, I'll take 6 instead of, like, 20. If we were going to ban cards that shouldn't exist, we should just ban Light Up the Leaves. This hand sucks. Why are my hands so bad? I get to do... nothing? Mandible Claw, discard. God, I can't even turn on Smashing Ground. Well, I'm not going to block the Clave. I would just ban Light Up the Leaves if we were going to ban cards that shouldn't exist. I pray Kano goes in RTN season. Kano should have gone this past ProQuest season. Like, that's... People aren't talking about that for the ProQuest Yokohama change. Like, that's what we lost. Why is this hand so bad? If I get the Vigor, what does that do? If I get the Vigor, now I get to... I need this to be a blue? So that I would have been able to Mandible Claw... Oh no, I'll have the resources. Have 4... Yeah. This is fine. Okay, this is what I have to do. This is why Community Sage bans is worrying. Nobody here has a complete cohesive plan or reasoning. Fair. No, I don't want to sync run Roughshod. Ancestral would be a better ban. Throw Dagger is a bit easier to play around. Has Shelter Blowout. Marionette uses Throw Dagger as well. Yeah, but I don't care about Marionette. Here's the T-Tox, which is why I didn't block with Sash or Gloves. Banning Ancestral probably shoots the other ninjas in the face, and they all need the help they can get as is. I am a firm believer that Katsu shouldn't exist, so I'm totally fine with Katsu catching strays. And Fi doesn't play Ancestral, so all it does is nerf terrible ninja and then make the good ninja better. So very okay with that. It really depends on how they view the bans. Will they hit the consistency of the decks, or will they hit the top end? Wait, this line doesn't work. Why did I think this line worked? No, this didn't make sense. I needed to block more on that turn. I'm going to blame being a streamer. Yeah, sorry, we just do this. I thought I had the resources to do something else. That's fine. Oh, you know what I was supposed to do? I was supposed to... I'm just going to undo a lot. Sorry. I have to discard Mighty Windup. That's the way that I turn Smashing Ground into something relevant. Watch gamer streams? Absolutely. I think really, at least Burn Bear has massive downsides. I mean, if you ban Burn Bear, that hurts Acilio, I think. Which, like, maybe that's okay. I don't know. Kano needs 16 points to LL. Kano should have already been gone. But all the good Kano players had to stop playing their Pro Quests because they won in the first week. And I don't think people talk about that as a side effect from the Yokohama bans. Or the Yokohama change. Kano players protecting their boy for Worlds. It wasn't that. I mean, maybe it was. It very easily could have been the Kano players would have won in week 1 and then, like, just scooped in week 2. But how many communities have multiple Kano players? If Kano wins in week 1, like, is there another Kano player in that same community who can take up the mantle in weeks 2 through 5? So yeah, I think you could ban Throw Dagger and Syndra, and you do the least collateral damage. The only one who's really affected is Marionette, but, like, whatever. Nice. You could... Would you like to undo Marionette? You could ban Brand with Cinderclaw, but that has more collateral damage because it's affecting Fi. I guess you could make the same argument that either way you're only hurting one other hero. You could ban Ancestral Empowerment, but I don't think that that's the right way to do it. Let's do this. You can't T-Tox this, right? Yeah. Can't T-Tox this. Let's make Arachne have to work for the mark. This is probably a mistake, but that's fine. Hi. Brandon, is that you? I thought Narbnot only had one D in it. Alright, now I'm going to take this dagger. If it is Brandon, hi. If you're an imposter, then not hi. From Verdance, what do you touch from Verdance? Again, you could ban Stormstriders and just nuke the deck from orbit. You could... Orb Weaver, that's a pretty good one. It is me. You. I do not need to break trackers. I am going to get Mask of Deceived into Black Widow. I guess, yeah, that was the downside of Arachne flipping into Black Widow earlier and not needing to break Mask of Deceit, is that now she gets to do it. They get to do it again. Which means I'm losing this game. Yeah. Fun. Is my channel name instead of my nickname for some reason? Okay. Maybe I wasn't supposed to keep pushing. Maybe I was supposed to just... Yeah, we're just going to rough shot here. I'm going to rush shot. I'm going to Arsenal the Wild Ride, which is maybe a mistake. We're losing 3 points of damage, but I'm trying to compensate for the fact that I won't get to keep as much of a hand next turn. As if I don't die and I get to keep enough cards, I might be able to still cheese a win. So like here, I will, as much as possible, I am not blocking this turn. I'm going to let Arachne banish this Buckwild from my hand, and then I'm going to... Well, okay. In that case, this is coming for 9. If I lose 2 cards, I can present lethal. I break Sash, I keep this wind up, I go Buckwild Wild Ride, which is probably what I'm doing. No, Discreet, I'm not a God Gamer, because I'm going to lose 2 cards to this Black Widow. I'm going to lose a card to Black Widow, I'm going to lose a card to the Mark effect and the Black Widow effect, so I lose 2, unfortunately. The good news is that Arachne didn't have a way to convert the hand outside of that. Yes, yes, aren't you cool? So now we're threatening lethal. Arachne kind of doesn't have armor that they want to give. They just took an intellect penalty. Like, are we in a great spot? It's okay. It could have been better if we didn't lose 2 cards. If we only lost 1 card, we'd probably just win the game. But, you know, maybe. Arachne is a scrub. Oh, even had a mite. Look at that. And Nardnod was taken. Hey, I love getting blocks. So if you're not trying to nuke Verdance from orbit, there are a few cards you could hit. If you are trying not to touch any other heroes, like if you want to let the other Earth heroes be okay, then you ban Light Up the Leaves. Light Up the Leaves is the easiest ban for Verdance. That just says, like, it affects her and not really anything else. If you wanted to keep and like, let's be real, she was a good deck before Super Slam. Like, she was a very competitive, good deck in the high seas meta. And that was, like, fine. We could just bring her back to doing that. Oh, hey, this... Okay. I'm like, did you just pass the turn? Are you just done? That's awesome. This hand is a hand of cards that we will see at some point. So, well, let's wait for what you're going to do. We have a couple ways that we could take this, depending on if I want an arsenal and depending on what I think Arachne has. So I definitely want to block 3 here. This just plays around Arachne has 3, this goes to arsenal, whatever. We've seen 2 T-Toxes. I'm going to guess that Arachne's not playing Razor's Edge. I think I'm blocking 3, and if Mario has the T-Tox, then, like, good for you. Oh, right, your hero has text. I always forget that Marionette has text. Alright, well, surely you don't hit a red off the top. Damn it. Okay, we were supposed to... I always forget that Marionette can do that. Alright, that's on me. That's on streamer being bad. Have you seen a Leave No Witnesses? Okay. Like, are you playing this card? So if you're not going to ban Light Up the Leaves, there are other marginal bans you can make that do hurt more heroes. And I think the best one, if you're okay with hurting the Earth heroes, is blue Fruits of the Forest. It plays into on all axes of what Verdance wants to do. It's a blue for pitch, it's an earth for decompose, it's life gain for damage, and just staying out, falling for the onboard trick. I always do. I always forget that Marionette has text. Okay, there's T-Tox number 3. I am now legally allowed to block Kiss of Death. There's only 1 left, but I am allowed to block it. Aside from blue fruits, which hits Verdance on all axes, but which also hurts Florian Jarl, if we're not okay doing that, you could... so there are no more T-Toxes. There are no more T-Toxes. You tunicked for this? Is this like Reaper's Call? I'm just trying to think how I die here from 9. What could I do with this hand? Like, I could block with the energetic impact at some point. Pitch Buckwild to Wrecker Romp, discard the beast within, draw a card, use my trackers, and that's how I get more damage out of this hand? I'm just not going to block this. And if you, like, have a thing, if you have a bunch of reactions, then, like, you got me. What? Okay. Yeah. No, you got it. Now I don't know what to do. I wasn't expecting that to happen. I guess I'm just gonna send a 4-card 11. That was weird, right? Just take an IP3 to Tunic Calicera? Like, I'm just being baited? Yeah, Buckwild and the Beast is fine. Okay, like, I get marked. Their hand is just a bunch of D-reacts. Just like, I guess. That was bizarre. I don't know what to do with this. I guess we'll see after the game ends, like, what these were. So if you're not going to ban, maybe it was Savor Bloodshed. I don't know. I don't know, chat. I'm so confused. So it had, okay. So you had to have drawn the Savor, and your hand was just a collection of D-reacts? All right. Mario does have bad hands, but like that hand was comically bad. Sure. This is the only thing I can do with this hand, and then I get to Arsenal Reckless Swing, and God, this is their 3rd Black Widow, and 2 of them have been natty. That's kind of wild. Well, hopefully they get greedy and go to 2, and then I just win. It's gonna be D-react from Arsenal. Okay. React from hand. Okay. Our opponent has died. Unless they have no more shelters. Our opponent is dead. That was weird. Oh, that's actually kind of troubling. This is the 1 card. All right. So we're taking a 75% chance that we win the game. King Ataya. I guess I could also just block a lot. Oh, you know what we do? We block here. We block here. The question is, does Arachne have a follow-up? I guess we block here and here. If they hit... This is a skill issue. This is me bringing in a tile. Like, I think this card is good. All right, we're blocking 6. I need Arachne to somehow give this go again. Okay, there's 1. Surely you play the stains. We get shredded. That's fine. I'm not going to risk it there. We get to keep one of these cards. Oh, wait. Right, because you're doing this for Prague, so I'm going to banish the Ataya. I'm not going to risk it. I don't need to risk it. I can just wait. We have 1 Ataya in the deck. I have 1 card in my deck that makes this not work. So I will just banish the Ataya. Well, at this point, I banish Vigorous Smash Up. And then I get to Claw. All right, what else could you ban from Verdant? So you could banish Burn Bear, or you could ban Burn Bear. Totally reasonable thing to do. Does hurt Acilio, but like, whatever. You could banish Heartbeat, as Ian said in chat. It's a 1 for 6 when she's online. It's an Earth 3 block blue. It only hurts her. I think that's kind of it. It's it's Storm Striders if you want to kill the deck. It is light up the leaves if you... that's interesting. That's kind of funny. GG. Am I BMing or are they BMing? Or am I lagging? Okay, great. This is a weird game. What would you ban from Gravy? Gravy's a weird one to ban a single card from because everything in Gravy is a problem. If Verdant's angled ban of choice is Plow Under, I would love to see Plow Under go. I don't think they will, but I would love to see Plow Under go because this Reckless Swing hater. Yeah, but we had to like work for it, Ian. I hate working for my wins. I don't want to have to think about things. Plow Under would be a great ban because I think a symptom of this meta being so focused on just having it, you have to find your deck's cool thing in the first 4 turns of the game or else you die, is that there's so much Arsenal hate. Kayo has a bunch of, like, if we just look at the top 3 decks, Syndra has Breaking Point, Gravy has Conqueror, Verdance has CNC, Plow Under. And it just makes it so that you, like, can't set anything up. Part of why Syndra is so boring to play is that you just draw 4 cards and then play 4 cards. And I have Rake Over the Coals for Verdance and for Florian, and it's, oh, hey, another Mario. And it's, like, cool and fun, and I like it. This all worked well. Strongest Survive comes in. These all come in. I need 1 more card. I guess it's still Ataya. And last game was just like, hey, here's how bad Ataya can be. Hey, our hand blocks. You could ban Swell. Sorry, Plow Under. I don't think they're going to ban Plow Under. I think it's just like they're going to look at it as being too integral to Earth. We'll leave that Blood Rush right on top of the deck. Our opponent found an Inertia Trap, which, as it so happens, works very well against Blood Rush Bellow. It does mean that we won't get to keep an Arsenal, but that's fine. We are marked. We're probably getting Mask of Deceited here. Yeah, I think LSS will look at Plow Under as being too integral to Earth design. I'd love to see it go, though, and we just got a reprint. So it's, what, like... Excuse me? Why, yes. I would like to clear my mark. Oh, well, skill issue. I didn't realize they were still playing this card. I guess that makes sense. That's pretty good. So I'm supposed to block 6 there, and they just keep the Scar Tissue? Oh my god, they get to Trapdoor and then Mask of Deceit? Chat, why are my Marionette opponents drawing so well? I do not need to break it here. Am I sashing this turn? Yeah, so Plow Under being like a $2 card is actually pretty good. So I could Savage Feast, float a resource. I do need to break my tractors here. Really don't want to break Sash. But this turn is just so good if I do. Oh wait, I did need to get my action point. Yes. We get to send a 23 damage turn. We even get to use our gauntlets. I hope Summer's watching. She's going to be so proud that I remembered to use my gauntlets. They'll ban Plow and try to convince Florian players. They're definitely getting a like-for-like replacement. Florian players are definitely, they're due for a break, right? So you have 2 inertia... Oh, no. Oh, you found the inertia trap and then you shuffled. That's pretty good. I would love if they banned Rootbound Red. I don't think they will, but it'd be great if they banned Rootbound Red. Hi, Jacob. Don't make me go back to Yellow Rootbound. You'll play Yellow Rootbound and you'll like it. Shouldn't that Vis game was a draw? I haven't watched any of the top 8 games. I'm a bad streamer. I'm a bad content creator. I don't want to watch flesh and bad content. Alright, let's see. Are they going to break Mask here? Blocking with the Leave No Witnesses makes sense if it becomes clear that I'm going to just play out my hand, which I did. Can't believe there's good players in John's chat. SMH, yeah, I know. It's pretty infrequent. People have an idea that I am a good player and worth watching, so I don't know, but, you know, they pop in every once in a while. Whoa, this card could be banned soon. Banning from Gravy is so weird because, like, every card in Gravy is just so good. Black Widow, I can Clash, which I think I do just Clash here. Win the Clash. Do I want to sink Show of Strength? I think the answer is no. And then if you have something to get over the top, then I just banish Beast Within and get a 2-card 9. The Wild Ride. Can we be good players? No. Never could be. Honestly, unfortunate. Right, now you go Black Widow. How much do I care about this Beast Within being in my arsenal? I mean, I don't want it there, but I'm about to lose cards from my hand, so it at least gives me, like, some kind of action if I get to keep a blue. And if Black Widow is playing... If there's, like, a Command and Conquer somewhere in here, then I get to draw a new card. That's why I'm here to track down the average skill levels. Appreciate you. I almost took Kayo to the event. I really like this hero. If they get to deploy some Banshee's position. Yeah. If... Jesus Christ. Can they stop doing this? Why do my Arachnes keep finding it? Well. This hand blocks 11. Arachne gets to draw cards, gets to keep going, but you know what? At least I'm not going to get anything banished. Yep, do your thing. At least I had to use their Mask of Deceit for this, right? They only get one of these. Oh, you're bootsing it. Yeah, because you don't have Go again. That makes sense. The double blue Buckwild 2 cost is my favorite. Yeah, I mean, this would be great. This was a fantastic hand if I don't get, like, this. If this doesn't happen to me. And this keeps happening. This happened in my last Marionette game where they just, like, have it. This one at least, like... What in the... Okay. Oh, you just drew this? That's hilarious. Okay, so I'm pretty... starting to fall further into the camp that we should just ban Throw Dagger. I forgot that you can Throw Dagger a Kiss of Death. Yeah, I gotta be honest with you, chat. The Throw Dagger ban is starting to look a little better. Yes. Then I pass back. I still have this Beast Within in Arsenal. This is a hand of cards. Of all the hands of cards, this is one of them. If they want to solve the issue of Brutes, just give them Berserk for the RTN season and watch them ride off into the sunset. Can you stop drawing 0 for 4s, please? What the fuck are you doing? I'm going to lose this game too, which is the sad part. Is Marionette running coercive tendency? What are you doing? I think the ideal gravy band is to go after his actual power cards and give him back Tipple, but what are his actual power cards? It's like Tipple is a power card. Tipple sets up. That's a pretty good one to just rip. Surely I'm taking 5. Inertia. Oh, Inertia goes to bottom of deck. Well, I'm going to get to clear this Beast Within from my arsenal, but I wish it was Seek and Destroy. Into Kiss. Do I take 4 here? Block with Vigorous Smash Up. Win the Clash. Get a Vigor. I think I'm supposed to take 4 here just so I can return some decent cards. This game is not going well. Oh my god. I don't want to play this game anymore. We're not winning this game, chat. We are in a losing position from this point. The variance has been brutal this game. Also, can I please stop queuing into Marionette? Okay, Reiner's not Marionette at least. This is surely an aggro mirror. Bring all of these in. We're not playing Strongest Survive. Bring in Massacre. I'm not going to bring in Strongest Survive against Reinar. I'm not going to bring in Reckless Stampede against Brute. I'm not going to bring in Pulping against a hero that plays D-Reacts. I guess this is the list. That Marionette was cooking, and it was, like, good, too. It worked. Whoa. I didn't even know this was an option. I hate this. How do I make you not do this? What was that? How did that turn on? I hated that. Yeah. I'm not going to go for it. I'm going to wait. Sure. Yeah, that was terrible. I don't even know how that happened. I didn't know that could happen. Mandible Claw for 3 does not get blocked. I'm going to let Reinar show me what is going to happen to me. Mandible Claw for 3. I am not going to block this one either. Much as I want to be allowed to use my Sash, I might want to block with it. Okay, now I can block with Sash. And we'll block with Beaten Trackers too. Just for good measure. If you want a truly miserable match, pair into a Huntsman deck. Yeah, Arachne generally is not a fun deck to play into. That one was pretty sick though. I didn't like that Marionette game because it just continued to go poorly for me off the back of another Marionette game that went poorly for me, but that was pretty sick. I assume that that's something Rutkowski was doing. This hand is pretty good. Okay, well, we don't get to Rex anyway. So yeah, it is just Buckwild, Claw, Swing Big. Right? Float 2, Claw, yeah. I'm showing that my... Oh, oops. It's this. There we go. I am showing that my Reckless Swings are both on the bottom of my deck, which is unfortunate, but, you know, that's fine. And now we Mandible Claw, and if you want to Flesh Bag me, that's fine. You get some value, but I get to Arsenal this Swing Big, so it's like not terrible. It's not as bad as it could have been, and we get the flesh bag out of the way. By the way, as in the link that means nothing or finishing up, we'll need to find new ways to do commentary. Ian, you can just commentate my games. Oh, this had the agility, that's right. I do not have a way to attack your arsenal, so I don't want to flesh bag here. My turn is pretty good, so I'm just not going to block. And you can just pull your favorite games of mine from stream, and then we'll commentate them together. I'm sorry to hear that the league is closing up. It's finishing up. It's been very good. Really good for the community. I understand that it was probably a fuck ton of work, so I'm not surprised. Do I need to break my boots? I could. This could be this could be a 22 damage turn, but I don't really see a reason to do that. I'd rather save my boots for a turn where I just don't have go again. Where I just cannot make it function. Okay, well, we're not getting sashed this turn. Oh my god, I keep getting distracted because I'm a bad streamer. What would I ban from Gravy? Gravy's hard because all of his cards are power cards. I think that the best single card that you could ban from Gravy that makes him more reasonable to play against would be Chum. Either ban Chum completely or restrict Chum to being a one of, which thematically makes sense because you only have one first mate. Or you could just ban it, because even as a one of, you'd still get it from like Call to the Grave. There's still technically 4 copies of Chum in your deck. Oh, that's right. You got your Armory deck. That's why people are playing Rhinar anyway because they're sickos, but that's right. You got your Rhinar deck. I think banning Chum makes sense because it does give a lot of heroes the option to just ignore what Gravy's doing. Which is like great. It'd be great if heroes could just ignore what Gravy's doing. What the shit is happening to me? Double Blood Rush barraging is pretty good. Well, this might surprise you. I'm going to flesh bag this one. And I am not blocking. And block with I don't need to block with gauntlets. I'm fine. I'm not going to block with this agile windup. Oh, you can just claw me. Yeah, this is not good. We're in a bad spot. The double blood rush there is pretty good. And you could ban Fearless too. Fearless feels like it needs some sort of errata. Like, I have to believe that Fearless, they just... let's have Beast Within go first. Oh my god. That. Submit. Thank you. Now I do want the action point. I have to believe that Fearless is a design mistake. They just didn't think that that would happen. They didn't realize it would do that because it's just so like that can't possibly be the way that it was intended. Is there a reason to sash here? No. I get to Mandible Claw, Gauntlet. I get 12 more damage here. Rhinar does need to block, but it might be too late. I was definitely supposed to break Chain so that Rhinar couldn't block with Scabskins twice. So, oops. Because here Reinhardt doesn't need to give me a card. Reinhardt could, in theory, just give me Sash and Leathers and go to 1. Their question is, what interaction did I miss? In what way? Their question is, can they afford to go to 1? They've seen 2 Reckless Swings. Am I playing the third one? In which case, they could not go to 1. Choosing to go to 2, though, so no fear for the Reckless. They'd be at 1 here if I had sequenced this turn properly. What do you do? Oh, well, them being at 1 would have made this line more interesting. Ah, no, they didn't just die. And now I just die? Because my hand blocks 2? Might be cashing in some armor here. Oh, we're saying that Fearless Confrontation in Gravy is oppressive because of the way that it's Fearless Confrontation. Yeah, so like if I attack Chum for 6 and then Gravy discards Fearless Confrontation, I don't kill the Chum. And based on when it released Fearless Confrontation, this puts me to 3 and I live, and then I break Sash and just pray that something happens. Based on, surely you were supposed to rum here so that you can claw me. I mean, I'm not against it, but I Wild Ride. I can break Sash, Wild Ride. If I draw, I think we do just break Sash here. We're just trying to get cards out of Rhinar. Are we the greatest Flesh and Blood players in the world? Are we so incredibly good at this game that no one could ever be better than we are? And I think the answer is yes. I think we're actually cracked at this game. I think I'm actually, I know that I was dooming about this game, but that was all a trick because this was entirely scripted and planned. This is pretty nuts. That was pretty good. It was a pretty good game. What's wild is that we almost lost it too. Like, Reiner's looking pretty good after that game. He's so good. Thank you, some guy named Thaz. I am so good. Yeah, I would love to see an errata on Fearless Confrontation. I just have to assume they didn't realize it would work that way. It's worth pointing out that Mastery Pad Guardian released like 6 months late. So if it had released, I believe, not even 6 months, I think it was like a year late. As far as I know, it was supposed to release in 2024. So like after Rosetta, before Hunted. And if it released then yeah, it is kind of, oh my God, can we stop with the marionettes? Damn you, Dan Rutkowski. Why did you do this? Why did you convince them all to keep playing this hero? And they're choosing to go first? I thought they would want to go second. So that's, maybe I need to rethink what I'm choosing to do against Mario. This was your Worlds deck. This is what I was supposed to play for Worlds. I should have brought Kayo to the side events. If Fearless Confrontation releases last November, then it is just a niche card. Like, it just doesn't do anything. I will try to bank a Vigor, please. I did bank a Vigor. No, I'll keep the Send Packing on top. That seems like the sort of card I want to play. Here, we'll block with Beast Within because I hate that card, and I don't think I'm going to be able to discard it. Yeah. Am I going to discard Agile Windup here? I think the answer is yes. I don't think that Marionette is going to attack me. I don't think they're going to use the action point. Whoa. Surely that's a bug. Interesting that they flipped to Orb Weaver, that I did something in their end step. Taylor Crawford, thank you, Taylor Crawford. I'm a big fan of yours. Send Packing for 7 go again. 6 go again? That's pretty good. All right, whose deck is this? Was this Rutkowski, or was this the one in the other Battle Hardened? Close the chain, Tyrannical Rex. I'm sending every Clash to the bottom just to dig for Blood Rush. I didn't do it this time because I knew I had the Send Packing on top, and I wanted the Send Packing. I knew Arachne was going to Arsenal something, and I wanted to punish them for it. Otherwise, yes, I should just be digging, clashing to the bottom to find Blood Rush. Wasn't paying attention. What does Fearless do? Fearless Confrontation is a blue 3-block. It is a blue attack for Mastery Pack Guardian. It costs 3, it blocks for 3, it attacks for 5. It is a generic. The card says that you may, at instant, you may discard this. Target attack gains -1 power and loses Dominate. So it releases in Mastery Pack Guardian. I assume the intention is that it is tech to play against Guardian. Guardian sends some big dominated attack. You say, actually, it doesn't have Dominate, and now I can block it. What it does in practice, because it's a generic and playable in Gravy, is I say, I am going to play Head Jab. I'm going to attack Swabby. Swabby has 3 health. Head Jab attacks for 3. This should kill Swabby. The Gravy discards Fearless Confrontation. 8 go again is pretty good. My hand is very medium. I can block with the Smash Up. I can block with Run Roughshod. I guess I just send it, right? I guess I'm just taking 8 and sending 14. Gravy can discard Fearless Confrontation. Give the Head Jab -1 power, so now it only attacks for 2, which does not kill Swabby. Swabby survives with 1 health. So now, me as the Head Jab player needs to decide, am I going to put more damage into Swabby to kill it? Am I going to ignore the Swabby? Or, what is usually the worst case scenario, what happens more often, is that was the last thing I do on my turn, is kill the ally for exact damage. And if the Gravy has Fearless Confrontation, I have failed to kill the ally, and I don't get another shot, so now the ally survives for another turn. And it's especially bad when that happens with, like, Chum, where if you leave Chum alive, then they just get more value out of Chum. So it's, and again, it's the sort of card that we're all thinking, surely they didn't mean for this to happen. You don't have any good Codex targets in your graveyard, so if you flick, I don't know what you're using the action point for. I'm assuming that this is just 3. I still legally cannot block this card. I guess I can, I don't even need to put tractors in front of it. I just don't block this. If I take 4, I take 4. Flicking here kind of doesn't do anything. So Fearless Confrontation in Gravy, it's a hand trap. It just says you either need to risk it every time you send exact damage at an ally to kill it, or you always have to... That's kind of interesting. I'm gonna say no here. I think what I'm doing here is I am Rexing... Oh, I can't Rex. So I'm just Mandible Clawing and then Arsenaling the Savage Feast and doing the Tractors next turn. Yeah, that's unfortunate that I can't Rex because of the Reckless Swing. So yeah, it's just like something that was supposed to be niche anti-Guardian tech that ended up being just a really good blue for Gravy to play. It's also the fact that it is a totally on-rate blue. Like, it's a very good blue card. It's a blue 3-block that also attacks for 5. So like with Leyline, it's just a 2-card 8. It's very good. I think it's not bad. Hopefully Gravy just, or Arachne just sends a bunch of damage at me. Ugh. I think I'm flesh bagging away whatever this is. Yes, Marionette can do the flick knives. Give this go again. I could put all of my armor in front of this. Well, that doesn't even work because of the flick knives. We're just going to flesh bag. I didn't miss Gauntlet again, Ian. I even talked about why I couldn't Gauntlet. Oh, you have Black Tech. Sure, that's also a thing you could do. These onboard tricks get me every time. So maybe putting all of my armor in front of it was right. Kind of just depends on what Arachne's going to use the action point for. Sick. Am I going to sash here? I think the answer is maybe. You had one floating, dumbass. I didn't have a 6 in my pitch, Ian. I had a reckless swing. I had to pitch the Wild Ride to attack with the Mandible Claw. I also know that Tyrannical Rex has text. I know we're all like, oh, so your girlfriend is so smart. She caught me missing my thing. But, like, I know what my cards do, too. This is pretty good. So I am breaking Sash. So that I get to Buckwild, Rex, Send Packing. Otherwise, yeah, because I'm inert as well. So if I don't break Sash, then I Buckwild Claw, lose my Send Packing. It was directed to chat. No, JCN, I know what you were saying. Here's the thing about Fandal Spirit, is he's dumb. The Blind Deceit into Tarantula, that is... Yes, I do want to close the combat chain. I will break my Sash. I just enjoyed getting into it with John. Yeah, but you're wrong and dumb and bad, Ian. You can clip that. I want the world to know. And then we do Rex. And then I do Send Packing. Then you lose your Arsenal or a bunch of cards in your hand. And your Tarantula, which is like not a bad one in this spot. Excuse me? This can't be right. Giving me Flick Knives can't possibly be correct. So you have 2 to the point. I am not marked. So it's +3 if I'm not marked, and if I am marked, it's +4, so good, now I know that. Me being wrong and dumb has never stopped me, a white male, being confident. That's so true. So true, bestie. Oh no, that's how I'm gonna get marked. Do I care about this? I feel like I don't. Like, that's fine. Maybe I was supposed to block with Rex, so I don't have to worry about turning on Piercing or getting T-Toxed. I guess I do take an extra 1 from this, huh? I knew I was going to be marked. Close Chain, Saver, Tunic, Calicera. So this is now attacking for 9 with an on-hit draw. Oh, I guess I should have blocked with the Show Strength, huh? Well, I'll do that. Alright. Well, that was definitely something I was supposed to block. Well, we got Wild Ride. Let's see what happens. Hey, we're pretty good at this game. And your D-Reacts cost 1. And I get to do my actual good line. We're so up. I still haven't gotten around to what do you ban from... Oh, yeah, it's Chum. You ban Chum. Or you restrict Chum. And if it isn't Chum, yeah, it should just be Saltwater Swell because Belittle is really good. And other heroes can't play it, so why should Gravy? Okay. Oh. Sure. I feel like I misplayed a lot in that game and then still won. Maybe this Kayo hero is pretty good. Maybe this Kayo deck is onto something. Maybe Ataya is actually not the worst card and I should be playing it. A bunch of text. Ooh, Marlin. What the fuck do I do against you? You aggro? You don't play D-reacts. What does this hero do? What do I do against this hero? I've literally never played against Marlin as KO. Am I trying to aggro this deck down? Do I need to block anything ever? Screw it. See what happens. Either go ham or do nothing. I blame Flesh and Bad for this. I blame Flesh and Bad for needing to know what Marlin Treasure Hunter does. Is this hand good? No. No, it is not. I mean, it functions. Like, if Marlin just passes here, I get to Mandible Claw, discard Fearless Confrontation, pitch Reckless Stampede, Bare Fangs. She can either strip your hand every turn and kill you or die in 3 turns. Like, I know what she does in Living Legend, but I know it's a lot worse in CC. Like, where does she... Is it just 3 of a kind is how she draws cards? Am I the problem? Okay, you're the problem. Turn your gold into a harpoon. Play Tipple. Surely. Using your gold on turn 0 has to be less good. Maybe that's why I don't play Reckless Stampede? Is it blocks 0? Okay. Reload a thing. Do Hammerhead. Hook. Attack. Lock there. If she had hooked this, I would have put all of my armor in front of it. As it is, I don't love putting armor in front of any of this because I will want the armor for later. I would like to sync Reckless Stampede. King Shark. I don't want you to have a King Shark. Yeah, I mean, I don't know Marlin, so I don't know what she was supposed to do with this hand, assuming this is not an arrow. Ugh. These hands just keep getting worse. Well, I guess I get to keep a red for my arsenal. You're late. I needed you. Where were you? No cash or multiple tipples keeps her down in CC. Yeah. Seems like it. Her armor doesn't block for very much. I could have... Yeah, I guess I should have scabs there. I don't know. Hand was also so bad if I roll a 1. Like, I don't even get to set up anything cool. I could see scabsing there being correct. So I know she has King Shark Harpoon. The question is, how am I setting up for that? And I guess it's still Arsenal Wild Ride. Just trying to think, like, if she takes cards from me, am I supposed to set up for the good 2-card hand? Or am I supposed to set up for, like, a good 4-card hand? I guess a 3-card hand, because I'm going to try to block. So probably putting Wild Ride in Arsenal. And what else is going on? So this is CC bans. So my 3, 1 for each hero in the triangle. If I'm being definitive, if I'm like, these are my takeaways, these are my conclusions. We're not trying to nuke the heroes from orbit. We want them to be playable. We just want them to lose points. And my personal feeling is I don't care about collateral damage. So I am saying that from Syndra, you ban Throw Dagger. From Verdance, you ban Light Up the Leaves. From Gravy, you ban or restrict Chum. That's in CC. For LL, which is, not a real format anymore, but I want to believe that it will someday be a real format again. You ban just whatever Dio is doing. Okay, that's rude. First of all, that's rude. This is a King Shark Harpoon, so we can block with Sash, Leathers, Swing Big. Much as I don't want to lose the Swing Big, I now have the double 2-cost double blue hand. So I'm going to just hope that we get there. I don't want to block with a blue and then draw another red. You have a King Shark in Arsenal. So I will need to deal with that eventually. Would have liked the Reckless Stampede instead of the Wild Ride, but the hand functions. Do I want to... I think I would just run Roughshod and Arsenal the Wild Ride again and just keep setting up. Against Kayo, she's basically looking for overpowered King Shark Harpoons with Catch of the Day. I need to quickly pop open Fablazing.com, which you can get to if you also want to check data using the data command. I think our picks are Wrath, Waning Moon, Chum, but feel similarly to you on CC. Excuse me. Still nursing a cold from Philly. I don't like the Wrath ban because it's just a one-of. Like, yes, those are her biggest turns, but there's still so many turns, so many games where you never see Wrath. What is Kayo's matchup spread into Marlin? 60% win rate. Yeah, so this is not a real matchup that I need to care about. Despite the fact that Catch of the Day, King Shark Harpoon is very good. Then we just Arsenal Wild Ride. We keep waiting. This is a functional hand of cards. This hand does Buckwild Gauntlet Pulping. Okay. Gold the Tip Hammerhead King Shark for 13. And I just let it happen because my hand functions on 4 cards. I can even sash if I want to. Surely you hook. Living Legend bans, even though Living Legend is not a real format. You need to ban whatever the Dio deck is doing. So I don't know if the ideal ban for Dio is High Octane. I want to believe that it isn't Art of War, because if you ban another iconic power card from Living Legend, then really, like, what are we doing? What is the format? You could ban Cerebellum Processor. Like, you need to hit one of the 2 combo pieces, which is High Octane. I do have Crown of Providence in my board. I guess I am supposed to play it for Marlin because she's never going again. So yeah, that would make sense, actually. You play Cop instead of Fleshbag for Conqueror. You need to ban like 5 cards from Dio. It's wild to think that deck was CC legal at one point. It was never CC legal in its like ideal form because by the time you didn't have Cerebellum Processor. You didn't have Cerebellum Processor, High Octane, and Art of War all legal at the same time, which are all pieces you need for the combo. Cerebellum Processor, System Reset, High Octane are like the key pieces. But you could also like you still needed Tome, you needed Art of War, you needed Cash In to all do the thing. Like all of them are pretty relevant for what the deck needs to be doing. Let me start with Wild Ride here and just see what we get. It's a little unfortunate. We're just going to Mandible Claw. Good news about this hand is that when we pitch the pulping to the Mandible Claw, we're not showing Marlin anything she doesn't already know, so she doesn't know what our arsenal is. I think from the Dio deck, you could hit High Octane and have like the least amount of splash because no one else is playing High Octane. You could hit System Reset. Again, you're not hitting any other deck. I just really don't want them to keep banning these iconic cards from Flesh and Blood like they've been doing up to this point of like banning Rosetta Thorn, banning some of the Starvo pieces from Guardian. Like, they just keep saying the format isn't allowed to be good. The chess piece was from the Dio deck too? Yes, the chess piece was from the Dio Armory deck. Interesting. Well, this hand functions, and we've got the pulping and arsenal, so like we're gonna take a bunch of damage from this King Shark Harpoon, but overall, Marlin cannot ruin our hand. She's gonna take the Fearless or the Show of Strength, and then we just Blood Rush with the other half of it. It's also only for 10. If you ban the Dio deck, I think LL is actually in a pretty good place, at least for now. Again, the format doesn't matter. They've moved it to other formats, but I want to believe that we'll see LL again. My personal suspicion is they're going to start having LL skirmishes over the course of 2026. And that's how they're going to gather data. They're going to do what they did for Project Blue, which is have this sort of community-driven, community-oriented curation of the format. Let people who care about the format play it, actually generate data that's relevant, and use that to then inform the return of Living Legend to Callings. And after we get the return to Callings, that's when they might bring it back to a tier 4. Why did you keep 2 cards? I'm going to flesh bag here. 1, because I want to get 2 points of block value, and 2, because I'm like, what are you doing with the 2 cards? Like, why did you Tunic for this? Do I need to block with Gauntlets? Not yet. This is going to put me to 13, and then I'm going to Blood Rush here. Then we get to Silver Age bans, which I would like them to start making, because I think starting to curate Silver Age, or continuing to curate Silver Age now, is really what's going to separate it from Living Legend when we finally get to Compendium. Wait, what? I was so confused. Like, was this not overpowered? Did I not need to care about this at all? No, I definitely need to care. Okay, you clicked the wrong card. Like, you can't take Blood Rush from me. Do you really think the Dio deck or Chain deck gets refined as it did if it's only being played in Skirmish? Probably not. But to be fair, the Dio deck, I mean, as far as I know, Dio and Chain were not, either one was not refined in any sort of sanctioned event. Like, the Dio deck was refined in testing. It made a top 8, not in its final form, and people were actually mad at Fablazing for giving away private game data that revealed the existence of the Dio deck. So I guess to answer your question, yes, those decks can get refined if it's only being played in Skirmish, because they weren't played in any sanctioned event and ended up being the best decks in the format. It's like they've already done a heavy wave of bans. I just want them to keep doing that. Well, I guess we're doing this again. I have a pulping and arsenal, so I can't, like, not do it. It's kind of unfortunate. I can't sash here. I have a few options. I can pulping, pitch Reckless Swing, hope to turn Vigorous Matchup into something else. I can Mandible Claw pulping. I think it's pulping first. And hope to turn this into a red 2-cost. We did not. If I had kept the Send Packing, I would have broken my sash for it. Instead, we just closed the chain, Gauntlet, Mandible Claw. Oh, I can't Gauntlet. Damn it. because of the reckless swings. Lupinefiasco, what's up, Mosered? Alright, maybe I don't want... Well, if I'm not playing the reckless swings, they're just tear limb from limbs, which also doesn't let me gauntlet. And also doesn't block. Am I supposed to keep Vigorous Smash up? It's just like having a 3-cost finisher in Arsenal better than having 1 more point of damage on my Mandible Claw. This is attacking for 7, which doesn't kill Marlin. If it attacks for 8, and if Marlin takes the pulping, and Mandible Claw attacks for 8, Marlin can still just give me armor, go to 1, and not die. Tunic is never going to trigger again. If it attacks for 7 and Marlin's at 5, she can't just give me Tunic and Hook. She would have to give me Sarong. Sarong is the only relevant piece of equipment. Those damn Reckless Swings. The Recklesses are even pitched together, probably not going to cycle, but you'd see 2 again if you did. It was just, like, it was awkward based on having the pulping. If it was something that didn't draw a discard, then maybe I'm in a position where I can try to keep one. Like, I wouldn't really have minded keeping one. But that do be the Kayo lifestyle. Sash and Smash Up reasonable just to prevent max possible damage this turn? Alright, based on how she's blocking, Return Fire is not going to banish anything. So you go to 11. Vigorous Smash Up is presenting 9. Compared to Mandible Claw, I don't want to just get 2 out of my Sash. I want to get more than that. I'm going to Mandible Claw, and I'm going to Arsenal the Vigorous Smash Up. I think that's fine. We even get a Sarong out of the deal. Yeah, like this is okay. I would rather her be at 6, me have a Sash and an Arsenal, than her be at 4, me not have a Sash and not have an Arsenal. This is now a Sash turn, depending on what happens to me. Depending on what happens, I can either not block anything, Sash, play Wild Ride, pitch Wild Ride, and hope the top of my deck lets me Mandible Claw, Vigorous Smash Up. If she does attack with something I need to care about, probably a King Shark, of which she has 1 left, or potential Codex. I can block with Swing Big. The King Shark takes probably Bear Fangs. I could... Let's just play Wild Ride. I'm not going to Sash to do 5 damage when I can do 5 without Sashing. Suddenly, yeah, her being at 4 looks a little bit better. I block 7 at most anyway. Yeah, it's not looking good. Her needing to break gold to not reload is looking pretty okay, though. I assume she has the arrow in Arsenal and she's just looking for, like, something that buffs it. Some kind of action. She pitched a blue. So I got to assume she's not digging for blues. Maybe she was. Maybe she was digging for blues. So it's going to be pitch, yellow, play, harpoon. Oh my god, our Marlin is so good. Just natty rip these King Sharks. Only for 10. So, what am I doing? We do block with Gauntlet here. This takes me to 5. The worst thing that she could do is take a yellow, which means that I break Sash, pitch red, play Wild Ride, draw red, lose the game. So I believe I'm blocking 5 and leaving it up to her to decide what to take. She probably takes the Bear Fangs. I just send Wild Ride for 6, which is lethal damage. She has to give me a card. And then I just hopefully refresh my might, continue to sit on this Vigorous Smash Up. The triple King Shark here has been pretty good. She now doesn't have an Arsenal, so Codex lines are online. Whoa, that's totally wrong. That's the worst possible decision you could have made. Okay, well now I'm just gonna Bear Fangs. For 9? And you have to give me 2 cards? Oh my god. Well this is actually not good. Alright. I always love ripping the Beast Within on top, but now we just lose a card. Although, oh my god, Marlon's so smart. So Marlon knew that we had the Beast Within on top of our deck, and that if she had let us keep the 2 Wild Rides, I would have played a Wild Ride, drawn, discarded the Beast Within, gotten the blue, been able to play my Vigorous Smash Up. It actually would have been an 11-point turn. Oh my god. She's so... How did she know? This is the biggest brain, Marlon. She knew that by letting us keep the Bear Fang, she was actually mitigating damage. Insane. The best player. Yeah, she knew what was on top of my deck. This is... Chat, sometimes you just see someone play the game, and like... I learned so much from this Marlon game. You win the most from your losses, but sometimes you learn from your wins too. Actually nuts. Break Gold, Load Harpoon, Hammerhead, Steering Shot for 6? Mind blown. Yeah. Out of like 2,000 IQ play. Alright, she's seen the 3 King Sharks. So now her line is pitch, break the last gold, draw Codex, pitch 2 blues into Hammerhead, play Codex, King Shark for 10. I finally decided to dismantle my Leviathan deck after holding on for way too long. Oh, Tay Hoof, sometimes you gotta kill your children sometimes, you know? Sometimes you have to kill your darlings. Okay? Chat, is it happening? Are we so back? Okay, so it is just a 1-cost arrow, so it's not going to have overpower, but it will have +4. Which 1-cost arrow is it? Okay. Oh, sure, I knew that. Right. So this is lethal damage. I do need to care about this. Can block with Beast Within. I get to Buck Wild Vigorous Smash Up for 10. You have to give me 3 cards or die. Block with SCABS here. Definitely blocking with Beast Within. This puts me to 1. Is there a reason to stay above 1? I have 1 more Beast Within in my deck. I have 1 more Reckless Stampede in my deck. Breaking Sash lets me send 11? If I break Sash, I get to do Buck Wild, Float 1, Gauntlet, Vigorous, Float 1. I don't think that changes anything. I think I can go to 2 and be okay with that. Oh, sorry, this sends 11. I have a might. Alright, chat, if you were going to ban something from Silver Age on the 15th, 2 months before Compendium, after the Seattle Battle Hardened, but before whatever they do in January. Oh, Jesus. Alright, rip. What would you ban from Sage? How do you balance Sage currently, knowing that the format is still totally fresh? We are waiting for a full set that is basically meant to support Sage. Knowing that there are, according to Talishar and Fablazing stats, there are like 8 decks that have over a 55% win rate. I think there's like 3 that have over a 60% win rate. Oh no, it's Florian. This is the bad one. I go first against Florian. It's Providence. It's Tunic. It's Leather's Gauntlets. It's Tearlim, Send Packing, Massacre, Ataya, Reckless. Let's enable chat and see what my opponent has to say. I haven't played any Sage, so it's impossible for me to make a call. Mosered, that has not ever stopped anyone from making a call, and I don't think it should stop you. It me. The one and only Lupinefiasco. Pass. Arsenal, the 2-block, I guess? Sam could definitely be worse. Could definitely be better. We get to make a really interesting decision where I can either pitch Ataya to Buck Wild, then swing big. I lose a point of damage because I don't get to Rex. Okay, well that answers that. Also Rude. Runic Reclamation? Oh, that's pretty good. Block 6. That's 1 felling down. Sadly, we probably will make it to second cycle, so that's relevant. I just swing big and keep my go again in Arsenal. You have to be nice now. The OP is a fan. It's true. Reasonable TBH, pre-ban Aurora. Banning Aurora is fine. Briar's the better Runeblade anyway. The better Lightning Runeblade. Brandon, I think Siren's Call is a reasonable ban. I see it come up a lot as, like, just kind of a problematic card. It's in a lot of decks. It just randomly gets good value from things. Yeah, got him. We're so up. All right, opponent has a sink below in Arsenal. Remember that. That's important for later. Oh no, Brandon, they're on the tech. They're on the tech where they play a really good card. What am I doing? I have a few lines. I think it's going to be Buckwild, Send Packing. So I'm not blocking this. I would like an Arsenal. Burn Up Shock is also another one. I could see the Kadachi ban, Rain and Ira, without like totally just stomping on her, because Edge of Autumn Ira is actually like a good deck that people can play. Losing Burn Up Shock would be sad. I think it's reasonable. I think it would also probably kill a... I think it would kill Aurora and Briar. I don't know what those decks do if you aren't playing Burn Up Shock. I'm about to take a bunch of damage. I'm going to bottom that. I don't want that Beast Within. What if I was supposed to Crown of Providence on that first Command and Conquer? I'll be honest, I forgot that I had it. I know, Brandon, this Florian is really... They know the tech. All right, Grass, that's a good one. Putting the blue in pitch, though, is... Oh, no, they're going to keep Channel Mount. For 9... That means I get to play the value game where I just go block 6, take 3, Wild Ride, Tunic, Claw. 3 turns of Channel Mount is pretty good. Giving Aurora a boom grenade was a mistake in the first place. I think there are a lot of problems with Aurora. I don't think Burn Up Shock was one of them. I think Burn Up Shock is a very reasonable card to have. I will also say that Burn Up Shock, when you get down to it, is just a 0 for 5. For whatever reason. I understand. Like, Alright. Okay. I mean, that's great news for me that she couldn't, Florian couldn't decompose. When you get down to it, if you were playing against an Aurora, and at the start of their turn, Aurora said, here is a 0 for 5 go again. you would be much less threatened by that. For whatever reason, people would be much less threatened by that than by saying, here is Burn Up Shock. Take 1 for just a round. People freak out. It's hilarious. I am sadly 1 resource off of being able to wild ride send packing. However, so this is actually kind of interesting. If I block with the 2 vigorous smash ups and win both clashes, there is a world where I have a red on top of my deck. I wild ride, I discard the send packing, I draw a red, and then I can't claw. What I am considering doing, if I block like this, I think this is still just the correct line. I take 4, I float a resource, I wild ride claw again. Have a blue on top. I do not want to sink agile wind up. And now we just do our 2 card 10. What else could you hit in Briar? Burn-Up Shock is OP versus players who are allergic to blocking. You're so right. They know to keep channel out for 3 turns. I know. This Florian knows the tech. This Florian is on it. What else could I hit in Briar? Briar's an interesting one because, like, we had the same problem with Aurora in CC. We now have the same problem with Syndra in CC, which is the deck is just a collection of 0 for 4s. And in CC Aurora, it was like, well, you could hit Flicker Wisp, and that makes the deck burst into Guardians. But there is no Flicker Wisp in Silver Age. Like, you could hit Burn Up Shock. I think if you hit Burn Up Shock, Briar just auto-loses to anything with a Fatigue plan. You could hit Lightning Press as the, like, gotcha card. You could hit Snatch. Snatch would be a reasonable one, I think. Snatch is probably the best one to hit, as, like, this card is kind of a problem anyway, considering the power of the format. I don't hate that. E-Strike for 7. Do I need to start giving armor? I think the answer is no. This hand does Pitch Energetic Impact. Pitch Energetic Impact, play Wild Ride. I could block, get a Vigor. What does the Vigor do for me, though? I'm 1 point off Tunic of being able to do Wild Ride. I think I just take 7. This might be too greedy, but I don't really know what this hand does if I block intelligently. If I get face purged here, I'm okay. Rootbound is fine. Florian actually starts decomposing. Rabble might be too above rate for the format. I could see taking it away. Take Silence from mid-range defensive and Snatch from aggro seems fair. I could see that. I think Rabble is fine because it is like, it does impose deck building constraints on the decks that play it. No, Florian is turboing through Decompose, but it is going to take Florian 4 Decomposes to turn on, which is pretty good. I guess it could... Oh, no, never mind. It'll take 3. Okay. Now I get to do something actually interesting. We get to do Buckwild for 8. Hopefully Florian doesn't have the D-React in Arsenal. I do want to send packing here. Do you think they'll take D-Reacts from Rune Blades? There's also the D-React of the pins. Yeah, so reduce to Rune Chant, Sigil of Suffering. I feel like Suffering is fine. Oh, we're so up. Chat, we're so up. We did it. Oh my god, we found the blue. We even get to Mandible Claw. We're so up. We did it. We're doing it. Chat. We had the counterplay. We played around Face Purgatory. We correctly analyzed the situation. We chose to have Beast Within in our hand. And now Florian has to care. Although I guess we did just put an Earth card in. I mean, Florian has the Earth cards in graveyard to decomp, so this isn't like we didn't just help Florian decompose early. That's pretty good, though. So we got the front half of Barkskin and Grasp. The front half of Barkskin got no value. Florian is going to get to sow tomorrow, but doesn't get to draw from it. Okay, we found action. All right, there's the sow tomorrow. Oh, fouling, that's rude. So what are we doing? We have the 3-card Blood Rush. I think what I like more is just putting some armor in front of this to start getting value from our armor. We're going to Reckless Stampede for 8, Arsenal the Blood Rush, and then wait. I can see them taking D-Reacts from Runeblades. I think that Sigil of Suffering is actually a fine card because there is counterplay to it by just running Arcane Barrier and pitching. It also, there is no Channel Lightning Valley in the format, which was really what made Sigil a problem in Aurora. Like, Sigil on its own is fine. It's a defensive 0 for 5 that can be a 0 for 3 if your opponent has Arcane Barrier and pitches, which, like, in my opinion, is okay. That is an okay thing to have. What made it oppressive was Aurora playing Channel Lightning Valley and then catching you without it, so you always had to have the resource against Aurora. It was the same as needing to do more damage into Gravy Bones to play around Fearless Confrontation, or needing to block 1 extra against Katsu to play around Breaking Scales or Ancestral Empowerment. Oh, that's not good. Okay. This is a Blood Rush and Arsenal. So we can take this damage. What I am intending to do is crown away one of these tear limbs. Perfect. For go again. Okay, so the follow-up is going to be Reaping Blade. This takes us to 5. We'll block the Reaping Blade. That works. It's not exactly what I'm looking for, but it works. Florian has seen 1 Seed's Life. So I don't think I need to... I think I can go to 3, and it's fine. Like, if Florian finds Seed's Life, we just die. I want to stay alive through Grasp Reaping. This is fine. Play Blood Rush. See what we find. Play Blood Rush. See what we find. I kind of want a Tunic Wild Ride here, but I feel like pitching is the better idea, so that I have a higher chance at pitching Beast Within. Okay, that's fine. We're 1 point off of being able to Mandible Claw here, which means that I'm probably using Tunic for Rex, and this is going to present 13. Which looks like might be enough. We'll see, because really all we need is another turn. So if we can get Florian off of killing us, then we should be able to kill him. 9, use well grounded, put Florian to 2. All right. Let's see, chat. Can we find it? Can we get there? Scoring the Massacre is too bad, but we still get to Mandible Claw Bear Fangs. Puts Florian to 1. I think we're gonna do it. We get our actual first win against Florian as KO. We did it. Good job, chat. I credit all of you. Holy shit, this deck is insane. Wow. All right. I feel great going out on that win. Florian's so trash. Florian is a pretty bad deck. No, what Bagelman did is really helpful into Florian. Like, yeah, the Ataya was sick. The flashback, Crown of Providence was whatever. Like, it fixed the hand. It meant that we got to do a cool double Blood Rush thing. We didn't get to dodge a CNC like we were supposed to. 15.56 average value, dear God. To be fair, the Florian didn't disrupt us ever, except for like a CNC that we got to easily block and didn't really affect our turn. And the felling that we got to play around. No, I mean, big credit to... Let me bring up Bagelman's list for just a bit. Like, credit to Bagelman for realizing that we could just play, but don't make his head any bigger. I love Noah. Noah's great. Noah's my favorite member of the Runaways. He is sarcastic and he is sarcastic and dry and how I like to imagine I come off, but he's also a much more successful player than I am. Yeah, credit to what he did. I need to look at what the Runaways presented at Worlds, like what he and Cody were playing, and I want to look at Florence. But, like, Tunic into Florian is nuts. I'm playing 2 Massacres, but the Massacre's okay. The big one is just playing the 4 Vigorous Smash-Ups with Wrecker Romps, where I'm like, holy shit, you're telling me I can just cheat resources and then do 2-card 9s with Wild Ride and Mandible Claw? That's insane. Like, no, he did a great job with the deck. Like, really cool. I think there were some refinements to make, but I'm really excited to check out what else he did. After Worlds, he came by Airbnb and went 2-3 into KO as Marlon. And I went to 2-3 into KO as Marlon. KO, good deck. Yeah, did you try drawing all of your King Shark harpoons and codexes? Because that would have been my recommendation, is just draw better. Like, that sounds like a skill issue, honestly. Taylor, my main gimmick is tearing him down, but it doesn't work if he doesn't have some ego. We did a thing. We did it, y'all. Florian is trash. KO is good. If they nerf Syndra, then KO becomes best aggro deck again. And then all the aggro players can actually have fun needing to, like, navigate their turn cycles and deal with variants and not just drawing 4 cards and then putting 4 cards on the table. It was a successful stream, chat. We did it. Been streaming for 2 hours. We get to go out on a win. I get to go out praising Noah Bagelman. Just really gassing up Noah. Big fan. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you've all been enjoying the earlier start time. I won't be streaming on Monday because I have real work to do. But I'm trying to do the 8 to 10 Monday, Thursday, Friday because I can consistently keep that time as opposed to before where it was like 10 on Mondays and 4:30 on Thursdays and not every Friday. So I hope you're all liking it. I want to keep doing it. Seems like enough of you can make the early morning streams and hopefully get your days off to a good start. But thank you all for being here. Really appreciate it. To all 41 of you who are here now and the 5 of you who left when I started talking about Noah Bagelman. Understandable. I'll be back next Thursday for more Fleshy Blood, probably playing some Silver Age. And until the next time I see you, have a great weekend and take care. Oh, and good luck in Vegas if you're playing this weekend.